Alliances turn to ban.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Team Secrets turn to pick.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Alliances turn to pick.
Mars!
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Alliances turn to pick. Teams
In the spirit.
Bang.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Team Secrets turn to ban.
Sky Wrath Mage.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Alliances turn to ban.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Team Secrets turn to ban.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Alliances turn to ban.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
secrets turn to ban. Alliances turn to ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Alliances turn to pick. Secrets turn to pick.
Monkey King.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Team secrets turn to pick. Alliances turn to pick.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Team secrets turn to ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Alliances turn to ban. Team secrets turn to ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Alliances turn to ban.
Ten seconds remaining.
Team Secret's turn to pick. Alliances turn to pick.
The sack.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. You may now select your heroes. Ten seconds remaining.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, game one of Team Secret versus Alliance. Somebody Pixel here with Sin. Sin, we've seen the lineups. We've heard some concerns from the panel regarding what Alliance are going for this game. But of course, both of these teams already have both had shaky series. What do you sort of expect out of them here? I mean, are we going to get a close one, or do you think it is going to be a tough one for Alliance?
I think, excuse me. There we go. I think Secret played an OG team that were very strong last time around. And I'm not really, I think it was also nice to hear in the Puppy interview, like they understand that it might take a little bit of time to build up. I think they came in a little bit cold, to be honest, in that, and they played against a team that was very, very motivated, extremely driven to win that series and really, you know, brought a lot of their good stuff to the table. Arguably, perhaps also Secret not doing their best research when it came to bans. I think a lot of the heroes that OG got their hands on are their absolute S-tier heroes that they play a lot in pub games. So, you know, there's things that could have been better or worse. I think in this game, my read on the patch right now, based on how some of the stronger teams have played so far, I really like some of the stuff that Secret bring to the table here. They have the Nisha Shadow Fiend. I think this hero has a very good game here, just in general. You look at what he's against. All his lane matchups are good. He's either playing against Ember or Monkey King, or Doom, depending on whether he's safe lane or mid. Looks to be, with this build, looks to be probably safe lane.
I would imagine so.
And The only thing he's really worried about is Fiend Script, but he has a Baton on his team. So the Shadow Fiend is set up for a lot of success here, and a lot of Alliance's heroes really struggle against this, like, almost, I don't know what you want to call it, siege turret. Like, you just empower the Shadow Fiend and just have him right-click people. A lot of the heroes have to give up very early. The one hero that can stand strong is Medusa, but like the panel talked about, needs to be set up by a team that's relatively greedy. So I'm also leaning Secret. That was a bit of a long monologue there, but I do think their mid-game timing is really strong. You're gonna see a little bit of a fight in the bottom rune. This Broken Hand's gonna weigh 2 for 2. No, actually 3 for 1 rune here for Team Secret. So get a little bit of a head start.
All right, well, we'll see. And how does sort of the timing of a team playing around a carry SF match up against the alliance around the Medusa? Like,
right.
There's sort of certain moments in this game that if everything goes off to an equal start in the laning stage, we're going to see one team have a bit of an edge in.
I think Secret's lineup really comes together at minute 15. Man, my voice is a little rasp. Is that the word for it? Now it is. Yeah, I think minute 15 to 20, Secret's lineup really comes together. And I look over to Alliance and I see, what do they have at minute 15? They probably have a Medusa that is building in towards her first major item. They have a Doom who will likely want to go Midas into his next item, so might be on the way to a BKB or a Blink without having it fully complete. And then a support Monkey King who will not usually have a key item just yet. So those 5 minutes from 15 to 20, I think, are really scary for Alliance. That's when they can lose Roche, they can lose tier 2 towers. If they can weather the storm and get past that time, and both their Ember and Doom and Medusa, all three of these cores end up getting gold, I think the Alliance lineup is probably stronger late game. But I find that bridging the gap in those minutes is very difficult in the current metagame when the lineups start off like this. So a lot of it obviously going to come down to early laning, whether the cores are happy or not.
And what do you think of sort of Alliance's decision to run this support Monkey King? We had a bit of hesitance from some of the panelists on it. Is it just a difficult game for Aramis to make plays, or where does sort of the Monkey King as a support fall into to play this game?
Well, hang on, top lane. All right, looked like maybe something was going to come from this, but not quite yet. Secret's hero's only level 1. There's the level 2, so could look for it now onto Hanskin.
I'm certainly going to try for it, but not quite enough in the tank there. Yeah, so not able to throw anything out.
Yeah, it is a kind of difficult Monkey King game, I think. There's a lot of magic burst. If you're playing a support Monkey King, a lot of what you're relying on is getting a good Boundless Strike, which can get countered by a Baton, and you're looking for a Wukong's Command, even as a support, that gives this zone control. The problem is, the bonus armor that you get doesn't help that much this game, because you can easily get bullied out of it by Skywrath, by Leshrac, even by Shadow Fiend if he goes Raises, which will probably not be the case here, as we saw earlier today. The carry Shadow Fiend from Team Tickles going 0-4-4 build, which seems to be the new thing in safe lane. Very interesting. So yeah, I'm not too happy with Monkey King support this game. Should remember the pick order though. It wasn't like a last pick of the draft or anything, right? So Secret were adapting to what was thrown at them. But the meta has clearly shifted a little bit since TI, and obviously some hero rebalancing goes a long way as well.
See Hanskin. He's going to be able to step over. Easy bounty rune there for the Bane. See if who's going to win this trade though. Looks like it's going pretty well for Hanskin. Yep, so he's got to step back. Doesn't want to mess with the threat of a Mango and a Brain Sap.
Does effectively leave Mars 1v1 against Medusa, which you're pretty happy with as Mars. Medusa not one of the strongest lane bullies, so to speak, but unfortunately for Ice, no point in Bulwark just yet, so takes the full right-click damage from all angles, and ultimately will actually have to go back to base. So they had pressured him enough beforehand. The good news for him was with those couple of CS he got with that last spear, he will afford a Helm of Iron Will once he comes back to base and heals up. And that will make his lane stay so much easier. Nisha bottom lane.
Trying to chase him down, but Puppey will be there with some body blocks. They'll come at the Boundless to get the King of Mastery stacks up and turn over towards Puppey. Body shield quickly beaten through. The Alliance, they'll get the first blood from that.
Damn, that Frost attack creep on Doom really making work in this lane. Just because, so you have Frost attack on Doom plus the Orb of Venom from Monkey King. What's that combined slow? It's like 35% or something like that. And they can, against these heroes, once you're on top of these Abaddon and Shadow Fiend bottom, they're not getting away. So they need to turn around and stand and deliver. But they obviously know that Shadow Fiend has no raises, so the burst isn't really there.
Yeah, very, very strong as well. Just having that means to chase that, you know, shield's not going to do anything about, because as soon as you purge one instance of it off, it's going to be reapplied with another couple of hits. Bottom lane, Aramis, he's going to have the movement speed by the looks of it to just get away from the two of them. Puppey, not quite able to get the hits in.
I wonder if Puppey's going to skill Curse on level 3 here. I feel like there's a lot of value in this lane in having the Curse point, because you amplify Shadow Fiend's attack speed, and when he's going for this right-click build, that is actually substantial. Especially when you saw how that first skirmish played out down here. With some attack speed bonus, Shadow Fiend might be able to stand his ground and turn it around and just get that kill. But very curious, Puppey gets level 3 now, and he is skilling... Skilled Curse. Alright, so... This is pretty uncharacteristic. Abaddons will usually go 1-2-0, but is opting for that curse point for the lane. I really like that against the double melee lineup, so I think it's a cool adaptation to the situation here.
It's definitely going to make it a bit more difficult for Alliance to go for those kills again. Top lane, continue to spam onto Nico, baby. Still playing around incredibly low on the mana. You see bottom, Nisha.
Lots of high fives.
Feeling confident to stand tall against Aramis with Puppey by his side. How's the mid lane going? 34 for 10 against the 23 for 4. Sumail off to quite the lead here with yeah, quite a bit of an advance on the last hits and denies.
Great lane matchup for Lesh. Fares very well against Ember. You're ranged, you have spell damage to clear the waves, and then when you get the runes, and especially if you hit level 6 first, the amount of pressure you can just put non-stop and just get every CS in the wave, and then again, rinse and repeat, find runes. It's very big. The 6-minute rune is very important. It's going to go the way of Sumail, and it is an Invis rune, and Alliance do not know what rune this is. They only checked the bottom one, had no vision on the top one, so Sumail could potentially make a move, opts not to. He's just going to use the bottom bounty rune, or rather use the Invis rune and all the bottle charges, pick up the bounty rune straight back to mid. So we're taking a farming approach here. Potentially could have looked for an opening top, but rather wants to shove out mid, get level 7, probably skill Edict again, and then maybe Edict the tower.
Dire's middle tower
chooses to play it safer here with that remnant next to the tower. Doesn't want to risk
courier has been killed.
Ganked.
The impurity.
A bit of Aramis on the bit of courier sniping here. Did have Hansken also TP down bottom, so they've got the 3 members of Alliance out on this bottom side.
Aramis.
Oh, he jumped over, they saw him, and they were ready with the Quelling Blade, as that's going to be a very dead Monkey King.
Even silencing him up there with the curse, won't even get the stun off. Puppey takes the kill. So, okay, which team are you on? You're kind of a carry player, right?
What do you mean, kind of?
What do you?
How rude!
You buy 6 battle carries on Void. You're not a real carry player.
God.
You are the next version. You've seen 7 patches ahead. You know what's coming in 2023. How do you feel about a support getting that kill? You think that's good or bad?
I never care about who gets the kills on my bracket. It's like
refreshing.
Kill, you know. I mean, your bracket, what will people say something? They'll be
it
like,
depends.
Excuse me.
Now, the thing is, I think it depends on the situation.
I mean, it's also Puppey. Are you really going to chat anything to Puppey? No, nobody's going to complain that Puppey's stealing a kill. Otherwise, you're going to get in trouble.
Well, he just increased his net worth and got ganked, so there you go. Maybe
That's true.
Take a kill. But
now you can flame him for taking
nah, so the thing is, I think it's situational. I think sometimes it's better to get the kill on the support. A lot of the time it's worse, and most of the time it's just you just get the kill and get out, right? But a lot of players have this mentality that the carry should always get the kill, should always give it to the carry, and I just think, you know, it depends. Oh, Aramis better. A lot of damage being dealt here.
Sumail, has he got enough to take down Supreme? He's bringing the Ember Spirit pretty low, but the Remnant's up, Supreme's away. So it will just be Yapsol going down there. Bit of a chaotic scramble between 6 heroes around the river.
It's a little bit of a problem for Alliance there, right? Like, they pop Stone Gaze, but you can't force these secret heroes from not turning around. You have no chains on Ember to keep them in place.
That's quite an early tower as well,
Kind of just ran away.
8 minutes in top.
And Nisha's going to finish off his Mask of Madness, so following along with the current trend, going to see him go for the... Looks to be, what's that, 2? It's 1-4-1 right now. He must have another skill point, right? He's only put 1 in stats, so he's holding a point to potentially skill Requiem, I'm assuming?
Yeah,
in case he needs that.
No, that makes sense. On bottom lane, Sumail, he's making the moves. Nice easy pick. Run down, and Secret, they'll be able to keep this tier 1 tower alive for a bit longer, and maybe get the push on Sumail. He's very low on the mana though. Meanwhile, Supreme cleaning out some juicy stacks in his triangle and won't be interrupted here. So some good farm for him. Trying to get this Ember Spirit a bit of a boost so Supreme can be the playmaker, whilst Nico Baby gets the time to transition into the later stages of the Medusa.
Yeah, that Alliance really need the Ember to be active, right? And when you do go for this build with Max Light and 2 in Flame Guard, it does take a while before you become that terror where you have the 4/4 skill points with 4 in chains, right? That's when the hero really unlocks for ganking potential. Or at least you want a couple of points so you can guaranteed connect and follow through. The really good news there for Secret is not only did they kill Doom, he was 100 gold away from Midas, and that's like, it's such a big delay, right? Like now I don't know how much, if you were to quantify that, how much that death costs Doom. It probably cost him like 500 gold, right? Because he was close to getting Midas, then he loses gold, has to go back and farm it, and then wait for the courier. So that was a very, very good timing for them to accomplish that. Still is top net worth, but it is Doom, and he's only marginally ahead of Shadow Fiend. So that's a pretty good sign for Secret fans out there that this game looks to be better than what they had against OG the other day.
See a bit of a poke onto Yab, so TPs are going to be coming in. Ice wants to join and help turn things around. He's got the setup straight away with the arena and the spear onto Leslau. Yabsor still alive here. Leslau really wanting to finish the kill, but he's not going to be able to do so. The shield from Puppey keeps Yabsor alive, and the mass TPs allow them to kill off the Doom.
Yabsor going for the hard counter build against Ember here with the 1-1-3 build. A lot of the time in the past we've seen Concussive Shot maxed out. It's your reliable nuke. The slow being stronger makes for a better ult. That obviously got changed. Now it's always 40% on all levels, which has probably had an influence on people's skill build priorities, right? I think it used to slow quite a bit more. It was it 35 plus 5% per level or something like that? So you got a much stronger ult with high level concussive. Nowadays, the seal build is quite a lot more common.
Yeah, it's very nice.
It's such a strong silence.
With the Veil done, the amp up from the seal, the Veil, when he's got a core such as this Lash, Smel's going to be charging in, and you're not going to be able to survive against that damage. Any of these heroes, they're all relatively squishy if they get any sort of setup. They will die to Smail very quickly.
Boost up there at Requiem as well. No raises though. Yep. Not going to boost those this game until he's level like 18, whenever he maxes out raises. Obviously still opting for, yeah, he has skilled the ulti now on Nisha. Hasn't used it yet though, but is in the tank. For all intents and purposes, kind of a relatively slow strategic game, right? Like neither team is making some massive advancements. They're just building up their bankroll. They're accomplishing what, especially I think Secret are accomplishing what they're setting out to do, which is hit that strong mid-game timing with Shadow Fiend and Leshrac both thriving right now. Ember mid almost getting killed off here. Samael, oh, that was close to frame perfect. That is possible to land that stun before you Remnant out as Ember, but it is very, very hard. Remnant's cast time, I think, got changed, right? It's 0.1 second.
Let's have a look. Slow-mo. Give us a slow-mo.
It's got to be really close here.
It looked like he sort of hits him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Oh, I mean, you don't get closer than that.
That's about 0.1.
You don't get closer than that. That's as close as you can get it.
It's under attack.
Back in the mid, look for the setup onto Ice. Still get the arena down, but he misses the combo. And Leslau's going to try and capitalize on that by staying on top of him as Ice do his best to arm the top of his way out of him. He's not able to get away from damage overdone from the Scorched Earth. Puppey also getting chased by Supreme. Backups there from Samael though. Alliance does still want to try and charge in, or do they? Leslau does still have the Doom ready to drop. But already out to the safety of the side there. Samael will get away. But yeah, a bit of an awkward fight there that Secret found themselves taking with Ice just not being able to catch anybody.
His hand was kind of forced, right? Like he got jumped and he used it primarily defensively, and then once the spear misses, it's just get out, right? Like that was the one thing that could have maybe turned into a kill for them. Keep in mind that they're not building Atos on Skyrath, so the arena has even more importance in order to combo setup here. Samael has his Euls, of course. We'll get one kill here, it looks like, onto Aramis. Opting not to stun at all, just gonna run down. Yabsor with the classic KS. Level 1. Concussive shot somehow managed to get that kill.
These Secret supports, and they're always after the last hit.
Taking those kills. Back in my day, you didn't take any kills on supports.
My searing chains.
4 and 4. See in the mid lane now, Nisha.
Oh, look at those right clicks, man. It's actually... It's
a lot
nasty.
of damage.
It's 200 damage against a 7 armor hero per click. And there goes that mid tower. And you only imagine Secret are going to ramp up the pace from here on out. Like, you could plan for something like a potential smoke invasion. If you find any core kill, you take Roche. You have a Shadow Fiend with Mask of Madness, currently 2 points in Presence of the Dark Lord, might want more of that. You have Curse of Avernus for killing Roche. Is there any Medallion? Puppy's close to that. I think once he has Medallion, they're probably going for it. Ice is Ice. Gotta get double ulti. Well, that'll do. That'll kill him off.
I guess what was just sort of concerned about the arena turnaround there? Just
yeah, Armlet toggle as well. I actually think they had to do him for the kill, to be honest. They didn't have Scorched Earth when they opened on him, so the damage wasn't fully there. And therefore they had to commit a second big spell. And honestly, if you're Ice is Ice, you don't even feel bad about that.
I was going to say, you chase tank to almost. I think Secret's
good.
alright.
Secret's going to take a tower for this. I don't know if Alliance are in any position to defend this. They're going to glyph for now and maybe make Secret try to second guess themselves, but Secret look pretty damn confident to me. They're like, okay, you guys have no Doom, no grip. That means we can frontline our Lesh, just save him off.
Mid lane, Ice back in action and ready with the setup. Catches Aramis here in the arena. He's going to go for the TP out, but the damage from Yapzor leaves no chance for escape.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, and Puppy getting that kill will be the completed Medallion. Very curious to see how Secret approach Roche. Like, there's no doubt that that's the next objective on their minds. They definitely want Roche before the first tier 2 tower of the game. There's multiple ways of accomplishing this. If you smoke gang out the Ember, you probably just take it for free. Alternatively, you can start poking it, prodding it. You have a Shadow Fiend with Mask of Madness and a Baton. You can probably take it basically without taking damage. And if a fight then breaks out, you can set it up around that area with an arena, knowing that Doom is on cooldown. That would be a possible play for Secret here. Looks for now like they're just going to invade and place Deep Vision and try to get a read. And if they find any pick, this is classic Secret play when they want to get Roche. That's going to be a little cheeky. Sleeping out. And nothing's going to come from that. I wonder if they're going to brute force off it now. Like, their lanes are okay. Maybe one more wave push mid. You're top pushed in relatively far. Could think about the Roche.
Yeah, they can do it super quick with the Abaddon and the SF, no doubt about it. I'm imagine Nisha's going to continue to make the shot calls on where he can just pick up the farm, because so far his farm's been pretty fantastic, keeping himself a decent lead against that of Nico Baby's Medusa. This SF proving to just be one of these safe lane heroes that does farm very, very quickly. We've seen 2 successes so far today with the SF, in terms of the speed that this hero just farms from the off.
Isn't it funny to think back on what sets Shadow Fiend apart from other heroes in terms of farm speed? The reason Shadow Fiend was always out farming every hero in the game was because of Shadow Rays.
Yep.
And now they're not even skilling it anymore. He's literally just right-clicking creeps and still gets 10 CS per minute on Shadow Fiend out of that safe lane with this build. It's really funny and refreshing to see. I love when new builds surface like this with some creative thinking. Good ward here from Alliance will spot out Nisha, but
they didn't want to go for it.
They didn't really have the right heroes there either, right? They need the Ember in place for the burst, because if the kills are slow, you know Puppy's going to cover it. So Supreme relatively quiet. He's 2 all-in-1, hasn't really been doing too many moves in the game, has good farm.
He's Maelstrom, 1600 into the BKB. I mean, do you think there is going to be a part of it really where Alliance is kind of like, well, we have a Medusa, and as much as we have seen SF can be that late game beast, especially with the build-up that he goes for now with this right click. Would you sort of agree that Alliance might have the perspective that, you know what, as long as Nico Baby is farming, this Medusa will out-carry this lineup of Secret?
I mean, they might have that perspective. I don't think it's that black and white. I think they need to cross a specific hurdle before that becomes the case, and that hurdle is still to come. Like, this is when I feel like Secret should be doing, like, just forcing Roche, honestly. I think their lineup is so incredibly strong in this area
that it goes down so quick.
They kill it really fast, and should the fight break out and they're aware of it, Arena is such an excellent tool against the Dire lineup. Think of what heroes they have and how dependent they are on moving into the fight. With Monkey King, with Dusa, with Doom, you could just Arena it off and get the job done, right? And they got it there, so you claim it, and this is, to me, this is Secret's power play. What are you going to do with this Aegis for 5 minutes? Top tower is definitely going to go down, but what's next after?
Let's see. Hopefully something, because this is, it's definitely been one of the slower games we've had. 5 for 5, 19 minutes in. Both teams
is under attack.
Just being very, very careful. Secret taking a bit more of an initiative with the objectives, but all in all, the gold still lies very similar. It's an incredibly close one. And Nico Baby, with the time that has passed, he is closing the gap on Nisha. Now that the items start to come in for himself. See Nisha, a bit of an alternate build to the SF carry that we saw earlier today, going for the S and Y into the Butterfly, as opposed to the BKB Manta that we had earlier.
Getting S and Y against Doom, I would imagine. I feel like it's less important than if you played a Magic SF or if you had raises in general. I think being doomed hurts way less here, and maybe the S and Y is rather unnecessary, and you could have gone for a heavier right-click build. Like, honestly, I wouldn't have minded seeing him go Mask of Madness, Dragonlance, Butterfly. I think that could have been a great itemization this game as well. This is kind of more well-rounded. That's a problem for him. He gets the old up, though.
A quick Stone Gaze to put a stop to the rest of the aggression of Secret. See what they can go for now with that used. Alliance, they'll back off behind the tier 2. Still very hard for Alliance to take a fight head-on with Nisha having the Aegis. Level 15 and very close to having the money for the Eagle Song.
I think that's an okay spell trade-off for Alliance, though. That was Arena and Mystic Flare traded off for Deuce.
Ice is going to go again. Jumps in onto Supreme.
Dire's middle tower.
Just sort of keeping Alliance on their toes here, keeping the space open for Nisha and Samel to push in as this tier 2 tower does not stand a chance. 20 minutes in, Secret take the tier 2. Second one, as they continue to clean up the map.
Imagine that with the old Edict when it was physical. Because Shadow Fiend does, I believe he does have the talent, right? He does have the presence aura, yeah. That could have been even faster a couple months ago.
Wild.
But yeah, let's have a look. So you give towers -7 armor as Shadow Fiend right now, and tier 2 towers have 16. So you take about half of the protection of the tower away by just being there as Shadow Fiend. And then you add in if you have any additional minus armor items, which I don't think they have currently, but if anyone were to have a Deso, the tower is actually 0. So pretty crazy stuff.
On it, Lesnar, and he's found an opening with the grip and the doom. He should be able to find us. Any chance for deny? No chance. Lesnar will get the kill.
That was actually very close. That silence coming in from Yapsor almost allowed Puppey to connect and get the Aphotic Shield off in time, but... And, well, the Mist Coil that he was trying to connect first. But Alliance find a nice kill. Top lane, Arena again. Aramis is fine. TP's out.
A little short on the man itself. Up for God's Rebuke there as well. Alliance won't quite be able to do it. Alliance. How are they doing on the front of Nico Baby? It started to slip a bit further behind that Anisha. Nico Baby's farm is closing in on the Skadi. He is getting that. Just all in all, this SF from Nisha is pretty terrifying. Has gone back to Kurt the BKB now before the Butterfly. Play it a little safer. See again on the setup here. Once more, Leslau.
Look at that miscoil. He might actually live there, because with that coil connecting, he will also get a Aphotic Shield off, and maybe, I don't know, might have been dead anyway.
It would have at least forced Leslau to
yeah,
stick
he might have had to dive, and
he would have died.
It could have led to a trade, exactly. Yeah. That was definitely in the cards there. Anyway, Secret, they have 1 minute left in the Aegis. They have successfully taken 2 towers with it. Doesn't look like they will be able to claim much more, and honestly, as far as Alliance goes, you know, did they weather the storm? It's not terrible. It's also not fantastic, but I think, all things considered, this is still very, very winnable for them. Doom making particularly good progress here, closing in on Shiva's guard within not too long, probably 2 or 3 minutes away with the usual Doom rates.
I mean, it still just feels that we haven't seen much from Supreme.
Yeah, he doesn't have the easiest job catching and setting things up, especially now, just because the core heroes on Secret are getting too tanky. Obviously, a Batten can always take off the chains if they're grouped up together. It was rather in the earlier stages, together with perhaps in like some sort of tandem plays with Monkey King or Bane, that you could have imagined some skirmishes on the side of the map that a Batten is not on. But they didn't really manage to find those, so... At the very least, he's tried to keep up and farm, right? Like 190 CS, 23 minutes in on Ember is not bad at all. Well, you're playing with Medusa, so it's okay.
And we did see that, you know, he has done the highest damage, so I guess it's just the overall passiveness of the game, really, that we're sort of feeling more. Yeah, BKB's done, and Alliance, they want to smoke up with this BKB on Supreme. See if they can get some action going, get a catch onto Secret. But Secret, they're playing cautious. DD rune down the bottom. That would be a lovely one for Alliance to find.
They will.
So here we go.
Ember.
This is pretty big. BKB and a DD for the next fight. Yeah, looks like they're going to pass the bottle over to Nico Baby.
Bounty. wonder if that's the right choice.
It would be, yeah, it wouldn't have been bad on Supreme. I guess they feel confident that they're going to be able to set up the fight in a way that...
I mean, if they're just going to pop this siege towers, then fine.
And he has got the Skadi done.
Can get Ewelled off.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Let's see. Both teams, opposite sides of the mid lane here. Looks like neither side to start anything quite off as still working towards the next items. Nisha on his way to the butterfly, and Alliance they are watching, but they're not striking. Bit of a poke from Supreme, but nothing else offered up here around the mid lane as they'll now opt to back off. Both teams will resume hitting the creeps.
Radiant's
has been sort of the overall
attack.
story of this game. Still just 5-6 at 25 minutes in. I think both teams just coming into this series very, very cautiously after what for both of them was a tough series previously that they had starting this league. They're definitely playing very, very careful because of that first showings here.
Yeah, after getting crushed, it's time to play PvE.
Dire's top tower
Certainly seems that way.
Gonna start a siege here, Sumail. I don't know much gonna come from that. They got the glyph. Opens up a bit of a weakness in Alliance's defenses for quite a while. If they are looking to... Maybe will they get... They should get the next Aegis before glyph is up again. If Secret maintain this map position and just get the second Roche, that might be the next go time. Nisha is probably also going to complete his butterfly at that point, so that would be a very strong timing for his hero. But yeah, this is... Honestly, for both teams, this is unusually quiet,
It is
right?
very quiet.
And it's not that there's anything wrong with playing a slow game. It's sometimes that's what the game calls for. Sometimes it's the strategically best choice. It's just not... I would say this is maybe more on Secret's usual identity than it is on Alliance's, to slow it down this much. But that said, though, I mean, they've each had their games that are like this. It just perfectly aligns in this game, I guess.
Top tower is under attack.
To everyone in the audience's dismay that nobody's dying. Don't it's like that. Don't it's like that sometimes, alright? Sumail back to the high ground again.
Dire's top
Secret know that Alliance are mid, so...
I mean, they've still got a bit of time on the DD. Shiva's got done on Leslar. I mean, Leslar, of course, is it's pretty huge. If he gets in on the front lines with the BKB and the Shivas, he can definitely start some action and make the space for Nico Baby to sit back and do the damage. They're going to respond to this top right.
Manta!
Leslar, land down the Doom. They get the grab on a Yapsor. Supreme has the damage and now he's ready to try and chase over towards Sumail. Slam down, they'll get a second. Double kill for Supreme. See back here, Arena from Eyesight Sides has been used, but he's been sort of left behind as the three of Alliance control him. They've got the grip, they've got the damage from Nico Baby. Eyesight Sides will go down. 3 dead on Secret. It's just like that Alliance. They come in for 3 big hits. They keep the base defended. And, you know, in a game where the kills have been as slow as they are, that makes all the difference. Jumping up to a 3k advantage off the back of those kills, Alliance.
Yeah, and that was even a really awesome illusion rune usage from Sumail there. The blink stomp from the Doom actually missed. You're going to see the replay. Oh, actually, this is right after. But he blink stomped, Manta dodged, or I keep saying Manta, illusion rune dodged that, but immediately connecting with the Doom does less low, and then they just run him down, and it's easy. And yep, Secret just not in the right position with their heroes, right? Like Mars somehow ends up here. I'm not sure what happened there, if he's like trying to cut off the advances of the other Alliance heroes to save his buddies, but they're already dead. And yeah, that's a really great sequence for Alliance now.
Yeah, very nice.
3k gold lead. And the time that I thought Secret were going to press the issue here and really get a firm grip on the map, or on the game rather, by getting their first lane of barracks, that moment's kind of over. It's starting to look like Alliance might have just pulled through, and this is going to be the absolute key moment. Can Alliance defend this? Doesn't look like... Oh, they will try.
They're going to try.
Nico Baby ulti in 3 seconds on so this is actually perfect timing.
Yeah, this is going to be very nice for Alliance. Let's out. Starts with a lead in. Puppy having to back off. Borrowed time already being used. BKB popped by the SF, but already Nisha's getting bashed up. Nico Baby in at the center with the BKB Stonegate. Takes out Sumail. There'll be a buyback straight away from the left track. Nisha trying to get the ult off, but the bash again from Roshan puts a stop to the channel. Lions, they'll back off to the side with Supreme going down. In the river, they'll lose hand skip to the stone controller Sumail. Buybacks comes out from Anskin. Supreme still holding onto his own buyback. Ice trying to get the angle onto Nico Baby with the spear. Not going to find it. Nico Baby fine. Aramis from the tree line sets up the ultimate. Second buyback comes out from Alliance. Nisha focusing down Aramis with the right blitz. Now goes through the Requiem. They've already stepped out to the side though. Leslau will get cornered on his own. Alliance they want to fight 4 versus 5. Bit of a poke from Supreme, but they're hesitant. Looks like Secret will be able to bully back Alliance, get themselves returning into the pit, and they will secure this road shout for themselves. Both teams using buybacks. Secret only the one on Samael, whereas Alliance used the 2. Overall, Secret, they get the big reward there. Samael's able to secure the Aegis for himself.
It looked like that was going to be a good timing for Alliance just because Stonegaze came up. They didn't have Doom, however, and this time around, Secret get a much better arena placement and just overall team cohesion move.
Radiant's bottom tower
It pays off. Like, Shadowfiend got to stand and deliver for a good 10 to 15 seconds there, and, you know, from what we've seen from Carry Shadowfiend lately, that is a recipe for a one-team fight. And no surprise it was. He killed off the Ember. I'm not sure if Supreme burned all his mana, because he does have BKB and there's nothing stopping him from resetting back out, right? Either he burned all his mana or all his remnants on the engage, but definitely got punished hard there.
Ember strength
by Secret. They do grab themselves Aegis and the Shard. Who did they put that on?
Oh, bottom. Nico Baby having a BKB to get out of that.
They put it on Shadowfiend. Okay. So we'll give him that powerful Necromastery guaranteed crit at the expense of a soul. Generally not considered one of the strongest shards. Many considered it actually one of the absolute weakest. But with this Carry Shadowfiend build, this shard is quite interesting a lot of the time. It is a pretty strong hit on a very low cooldown. It's 3 seconds cooldown. You know you're going to land that critical strike with the minus armor that you already have. You have Solar Crest from Abaddon. Could prove to be really useful here. You did opt to pick it over something like, let's say, Leshrac Shard here, which you could have used together with Mars Arena.
Oh, they're going to look at the setup on Nisha. Nisha got the BKB off in time. Doom and Grip is still there, though, with the damage from Nico Baby. They should have enough to threaten this SF. Nisha's trying to head back, but they can't keep him alive. Puppey won't have enough save to keep that Nisha SF living. Because now Puppey himself will get chased out. Isocides will be able to trap Aramis and Leslau, keep Puppey alive, and now they're trying to turn back up towards the Monkey King. They get Aramis, Samael with the stun, stops the TP escape from Leslau. The Secret, they strike back, do expend the buyback there on Nisha as he turns back up to the fight. They get the 2 kills, but the rest of Alliance were able to get out of there. And again, another bit of an engagement. You know, Nico Baby is finding himself involved and is able to keep himself alive and get out in time. Now Nisha, the buyback used in a bit of a risky position here if they find themselves a tough fight on the attempt to siege high ground.
Dire's bottom tower.
Oh my god, he hit so hard. Look at that.
Dire's bottom
Is that tiny from last patch?
Nah, it feels like a range stun. It does.
I mean, he does have double damage. Maybe it's a little bit unfair, but let's see without it.
It's still going to be pretty impressive.
Is under attack.
That is very fast. I'm good with words like that.
What are they going to do about this Alliance?
Well, they do have buybacks.
This tower going down very quickly. As I said, Nisha and Samael's buyback on cooldown. So if Alliance can take a fight and take down these cores, it's going to hurt, but it doesn't look like they'll find the opportunity. The racks fall too quickly here to the damage of the SF and the Lesh. Secret got what they came for without losing anything.
Obviously, something that's worth keeping in mind about the Shadowfiend build is how impactful it is when you hit those talent thresholds, right? On level 15, you get the Presence Aura that we've already talked about. Level 20 plus 3 damage per soul is a lot more powerful with this build than most old carry Shadowfiend builds because you don't have the raise points, so you get more benefits out of all attributes you have. You have the shards, so you do more damage with the crit as well. So definitely is really crucial that Nisha hit this level 20 timing at a good point as well. And something to look out for in these future Shadowfiend games about how you address it. Like, it really depends from hero to hero how much these level 20 talents matter, right? I think this is a crucial part of why this Shadowfiend carry can seem to have the impact that it does, is that the talent lines really just wonderfully line up for this style of play. 25 attack speed on level 10 as well is...
It's
a lot.
That's a lot for a level 10 talent.
For a level 10 talent, that's really good.
I mean, that probably is the highest level 10 attack speed talent, right?
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. Working on the Satanic now is Nisha. Smell with the Lincolns, obviously an item you want to have against Doom. Over on Alliance's side, we've got Supreme working on the Ags, 500 away. Nico Baby looking for a Daedalus. And of course, no surprise, Leslau looking at a Refresher as his next pickup. Wonder who he wants to Doom if he had free choice. If he could pick any two heroes to Doom in this game, is it just SF Lash? It probably is.
I mean, the problem is both of these heroes, if they can press their buttons before the Doom comes down, there's still going to be a threat in the team fights.
It is going to be very impactful against Satanic, though.
True. Taking that off, yeah.
Might have to Doom Shadow Fiend to guarantee that he doesn't just stay alive in the fight. Secret taking a good position here on the map. Do they have a smoke? They do have a smoke backpacked on Puppey right now. Doesn't look like they have any plan of using it. They're actually just going to straight on go top and knock on the front door, and Alliance will get caught with their pants down here if they're not careful. They will actually start keeping back. If Secret had just gone straight in for that top lane, they could have taken the tower. But now Ember is... he does have a Remnant mid, so he can connect with his team. Puppey playing Scout.
Let's see what they want to go on here.
We'll find Nico.
I'll start off the action onto Puppey. Down as well as done to put the borrowed time. Ice goes for the spin, but he's going to miss it. Hanskin's actually able to now turn the feed script, waste a lot of the BKB of Ice. The rest of Alliance with their BKBs pushing back the remainder of Secret. The Doom dropped down onto Nisha. Jump for Supreme as he looks towards Yapso. Yapso keeping himself safe for now with the Ghost Scepter. See if they can surround Sumail. God rebuke of the spear. Finishes off Leslau. Yapso finally dies to damage to Supreme. He's still got the BKB to fight with. Aramis gets punched down in the pit by the right click of Nisha.
Okay.
Buybacks coming out from both teams. 2 from Alliance.
It won't work again.
And 2 from Secret there. Puppey and Yapso from Secret, Leslau and Aramis from Alliance. See Supreme trying to escape into the trees. He's out of mana, no TP for 20 seconds. We'll see how persistent Secret are. They'll know that he doesn't have much escape left, but it looks like they won't keep looking for him in the same position. So Supreme will live.
Radiant's
Secret, they are going to try and push back on off the back of these buybacks, knowing that Leslau, Doom was used.
Yeah.
They can take Leslau out. They should have the opportunity to push to the high ground, and it'll be very hard for Alliance to stop it.
It's really hard for Alliance to kill Nisha without Doom, right? Like, he's going to get protected by this Abaddon. We saw the Satanic there. He pops Satanic, fires one attack with Necromastery. It's a full heal. So, yep. What are you going to do about this? Can't just let them take the tower. We're gonna just immediately get rid of this Nightmare, of course, and Feeble can be dispelled as well, easily for them.
I mean, just this, no chance of pushing them away from this Rax. The melee Rax just disappears in front of them. Nico Baby trying to fight up against this SF, but he can't stand his ground against the Shadow Fiend. Nisha's right click and life still far too much for Nico Baby to deal with right now. The Secret, they get the Rax, they back off. Alliance just unable to do anything without Doom available. We'll see, yeah, Nico Baby, as expected, he absolutely has to get it. They've got to have some better way of dealing with this Nisha SF. They need some sort of serious damage to come in during any sort of lockdown that they can throw at him. Otherwise, he's just going to be healing up to full HP every time. Outside, found a great catch, straight in on the Supreme, but a Nightmare from Hanskin gives Supreme the chance to put the BKB. And in from the side with the Stone Gaze, Nisha is going to turn his attention over towards Nico Baby. Nico Baby's BKB about to come to an end. Aramis will lay down the ultimate. Nisha looking to push them out with Requiem, and we'll be able to focus down Aramis. Aramis getting beaten down by the SF will fall as they've taken down Supreme and Aramis, neither with buyback. Secret, they do lose Sumail and Puppey themselves. Still, as we're seeing there, Nisha just going pretty much completely left alone in the fight. Now starting to walk towards them. I don't think Nisha's going to have too much to be scared of. Doom is back up. Would be great for Alliance if they could have got the jump, but Secret, they'll back off in time and that opportunity won't be left for them.
That was a really heads-up teamfight play from Hanskin there. Like you said, the defense of Nightmare is crucial. If he doesn't get that off, the Ember's actually dead. That stun from Lesh was going to connect, but the 1 second vulnerability window was enough. And afterwards, he gets off a full Fiend script. So very nicely done there from Hanskin, keeping his team in the game. It is still going to be a major uphill battle, especially because Roche is spawning at almost the perfect time for Secret. Their heroes will have respawned.
Yeah, look at this.
You're going to see it here. So the Lesh stun just about to connect there. Perfect Nightmare. Comes out BKBs. And afterwards, we'll get that full Fiend script off. You're going to see that coming in here onto Sumail immediately after the Aphotic Shield is used. So he knows that Puppey can't save him. And yeah, Sumail ultimately does stay alive for a tiny bit, but does get killed off by, which you don't get to see here. But take my word for it, Ember killed him.
So yeah, I mean, it was a very important save. Without that save,
the game could have ended,
and Sumail, yeah, they don't die, and Sumail's suddenly able to turn up for the push to the high ground. They get mega creep. So Alliance, they'll be able to fight on by taking that trade.
Rapier's almost complete for Nico. This is getting exciting. This next fight for Alliance could prove to be... could bring them back into the game. If they somehow manage to get this Rapier and contest Roche, I could see it.
Well, that is a nice one, though, for Secret, getting the time this Relic. Imagine that is going to go into the hands of Sumail, unless he does still favour the safety as Stormcrafter can offer.
Roche in 15 seconds. Rapier delivered.
Here we go.
In smoke. Secret have no idea that there's a Rapier on the field right now.
No, that's out. He's going to be able to get the Doom opening. Perfect start to the fight here. They lock down the SF. Arena is blocking some of the hits here from Nico, baby. Giving a chance for Nisha to lifesteal up a little bit, but he's still ticking down low to the Doom. Is Nisha going to continue to survive this? Nico, he's not away. He's done the heal up. A fantastic Arena from Ice blocking out significant damage from the Medusa. Allows Nisha to survive. And now this fight, which may have been the fight that gets Alliance back in the game, is going to end disastrously for them as the Requiem comes out. Nico, baby, falls. Rapier hits the deck. This game's over, Sind.
I want to see Nisha hit building, man. Let's go. Let's count the hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits for a tier 3 tower. Not too shabby. Yeah, what a godlike Arena from Ice. Just totally... just from one game-saving play to the next, right? First we had the Bane saving the game there, and maybe that Arena isn't game-saving, but it's definitely SF-saving, and he did not have buyback, I think, in that situation.
I don't think he did.
I don't think it's been long enough since both the SF and Lesh bought back earlier.